shut then.
Yeah.
Not the whole way though, because like I said, it's bad news in here in real fast.
Alright, this is Annie from CarStereoChick.com, and I am here at the Pioneer booth at CES 2015 with Harry, who's going to demonstrate go over three models that will work with CarPlay and Android Auto.
Sure. Ready to roll?
Ready to roll.
Okay, so you are at the Pioneer Electronics booth. Welcome to CES again. We have three different in-dash radios that will operate with CarPlay, and they will operate with Android Auto. You can switch between them. There is the NEX radio. It's the 4100, 7100, and 8100. That's the one we have here.
Cool. And
they range in price from about $700 up to this one about $1,400. To get Android Auto to work, you need an Android phone that's running version 5, and that's also called Lollipop.
Okay.
And it'll need some additional software on it. So all we need to do then is plug in USB, and this is USB to the back of the radio.
Okay.
That goes to USB port number 2 on the back of the radio. You're going to see this will say Android Auto on it. From this point, the phone's locked out. So I can just put the phone down. I don't need the phone anymore. Everything is going to happen on our in-dash radio screen at this point. Turn the volume down a little for you there. Yeah, that's the wrong volume then. All right, so let's get down to the business here. These buttons across the bottom are kind of how we'll navigate through this. Here's our Google Maps, and this should look familiar because this is the Google Maps from the phone.
Yep.
The phone's generating all these images. It's pretty responsive. We can pinch and zoom and do all the things you'd expect Google Maps to do.
Cool.
This is our phone screen. The phone screen, I can see my incoming and outgoing calls, and I could dial a number here or something like that, but really, I'm going to use voice to make all my phone calls.
Yep.
All right. Here's our Play Music screen, and with this one, we can play music from Google Play Music, and we can choose a different app if we want to. This is music coming from the phone. We could choose a different app like Spotify, iHeartRadio, and some others, and hopefully we'll get a longer list of those apps with a little more time.
Yep.
All right, and this is my overview screen. Oh, before we leave the music, I think it's worth mentioning, these radios, in-dash radios, have a ton of different sources, CD, SD card, satellite radio, all kinds of stuff. You can play any of that music while you're on Android Auto screens.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Like CarPlay, does Android Auto also turn off Bluetooth?
Android Auto uses both Bluetooth and the wired connection at the same time.
Okay.
So the music you're hearing right now playing through Google Play Music is coming through Bluetooth.
Okay, interesting.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, and now let's go to our overview screen here. With the overview screen, we have cards that are set up by our appointments for the day from our calendar on the phone. We can also see the local weather. We'll see things like missed phone calls, text messages, voicemails, that sort of thing will show up on these cards, and we can play back any of them through the voice system. All right, so I'm going to close my door now, and we'll do some of those voice demos.
Okay.
Is your door?
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a close there. All right, we set? All right, so I can touch the microphone button up here to do the voice demo, but I've also programmed a button on my steering wheel to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so I just use this one. Send a text message to Helen Ball. Let's get together and have some lunch.
Here's your text to Helen Ball. Let's get together and have some lunch. Do you want to send it?
Absolutely.
Sending message.
Okay, I think that's kind of cool. We sent a message off to Helen, and hopefully Helen will get back to me and I get a date for lunch, right? All right, in the meantime, let's make a phone call. Call Vicki Miller.
Calling Vicki Miller, mobile.
All right, so you see this is Vicki's contact photo from my phone, all right, and we're making a call to Vicki. It's just a phone call. We're going to hang up before Vicki answers, though, because I've been calling her so much that, she's got a restraining order again. Okay, so this is a really slick thing that I'm going to do now. I'm going to do a search with Google. I'm going to ask about the weather in San Diego. And then I'm going to ask about the zoo, but I'm not going to ask about the San Diego Zoo. And we'll see how it puts things together. What's the weather like today in San Diego?
Today's forecast for San Diego is 72 degrees and mostly cloudy.
Okay, nice day in San Diego. What are the hours for the zoo?
San Diego Zoo is open until 5 p.m.
So it automatically gave me information about San Diego Zoo without me asking. Automatically drops a marker on the map for me. I can get there in about 5 hours and some change, or I can give them a call and get some more information.
Cool.
Oh, cool, we got a message back from Helen. We'll check on that message in a minute here. So Close that up. Let's navigate out to the airport, okay? Navigate to McCarran International Airport.
Navigating to McCarran International Airport.
So that'll fire up Google Maps for us, and we'll get full turn-by-turn instruction on the screen. We also get lane information down here.
That's awesome.
And we get traffic information supplied by Waze too.
Very cool.
Yeah, very, very slick.
Does it integrate any of the other features of Waze?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of right now. And Waze is not a navigation app that you can use with Android Auto, at least at this time, but
Right.
you know, things may change. Don't know exactly how that'll work.
That's up to the app developers to build it.
That's up to the app developers and Google, and you know, so they
Right.
get to figure that stuff out. Look, you
Okay.
can see a little bit of yellow here. That's information coming in from Waze.
Very cool.
All right, let me close that up. Let's check on that message from Helen. Here, we'll touch that.
Here's the message. Sure, sounds great when.
Okay, I got a date with Helen for lunch a little bit
Nice.
later. All right, you have any questions?
No, I think that's awesome. I did have a question about the EQ. I'm assuming this is like all the previous NEX models that we've seen.
Yes.
Somebody told me that the 5700 had a three-way active crossover, but I didn't see that in the Audio Minute. I don't know if that's a feature that's been added.
Yeah, all of the NEX radios last year had have three-way active crossovers. I can show you exactly what it looks
I
like.
would appreciate that.
Yeah,
'Cause
no
I've only
worries.
seen the-
I'm assuming that this radio has the software is there.
Yes.
Okay, because it's not a
prototype.
shipping product yet.
When?
Okay.
Oh, that brings up a good question. When do you think this will be shipping?
March 2015,
Very
so
cool.
maybe 60, 75 days away.
Okay.
Let me show you what it looks like. If I hit the mode button, I switch between Android Auto and the the Pioneer
Yep.
NEX screen. Okay, so I'll go to my EQ up here, and I didn't really want to go to the EQ.
Yeah,
I want to
you
go to the settings. I'm sorry,
Yep.
and my speaker settings here. And we are going to go to, there's a couple of things, there's a couple of ways to see this. Right now my subwoofer is on and my speaker level. Okay, we're going to, and here's our crossover. So here's our crossover. High pass filter is turned off right now and we're on the rear. So we'll switch that on. Here's my high pass filter for the rear. We'll move over. Here's my sub. And high pass filter for the front is off, now it's on. Okay, so I have three crossovers. Here's my sub crossover with an independent slope. All right, for the sub, independent crossover and slope. This is my front crossover, independent crossover point and independent slope. And this is my rear crossover, independent crossover point and independent slope for that too.
Okay, but it's not like on the stage 4 model where you could do it for like tweeter, mid, and sub.
No, it's not. The front
Okay.
and the rear are front and rear.
rear
It's not.
speakers, that's it. That's what I
yeah,
thought.
yeah. It can't be set up as low, mid, and high. It
Okay.
doesn't work that way.
Well, I just wanted to clarify that. And then
Okay.
also, if you're listening to a source from the NEX side, like Sirius XM or HD radio, can you use the maps from the Android side and have
So
the
you can be
audio overlay?
and yes, you certainly
Okay.
can. So if you are, we can pick any source we want here. So for HD radio, for example, okay?
Yep.
We're on HD radio now, and we can turn the volume up a little bit on that. Switch back over, and that's Google Maps.
Very cool.
Okay.
Well, I think that's all the questions I have. Thank you
There's one
so
more
much.
question
Yeah.
that you didn't ask, and you will as soon as you walk out the car. All right. How do if I have a black wire and a white wire sitting here, okay, I have an Android phone and an iPhone user in the same car.
Yep.
What do we do to switch between them?
Go through the
All right.
smartphone menu.
Yep, and all you got to do is it's USB 1 for CarPlay, USB 2 for Android. If I touch my settings up here and go to my favorites, there's smartphone setup, switch to iPhone, and that's going to change to CarPlay.
Cool. So kind of
that's
like
all
the
you-
app radio mode.
It's-
or the app radio.
Yeah, you got to switch between them if you want to do one or the other.
And will there be an update that will be available for previous models, or is this only for new models moving forward, the Android Auto?
Android Auto is only for the new models moving forward. If you have a 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8000, there will be no update that's going to change that, so it'll do Android Auto.
Okay. Very cool. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for your time. I
All right,
appreciate it.
happy to help.